20, 30, 50 men, you slept with all of them, and then you meet this guy, you are not on a confession ground. No. He met you as a child of God, sanctified. You can tell the person, I've been bad in the past, but by the grace of God, I am here now. I've been a bad girl, I've been a bad boy, but God has brought me here. If he accepts you the way you are, but there are some details you don't share them. There are some details, I bet you, no matter who your prospective husband or your prospective wife is, it will hit them. And even if they accept you, one day in their marriage, they will refer.
Yeah.
I remember, before we married, you said this. That is why you are doing this to me. You have not really repented. And they will even begin to question whether you are genuinely born again or not. So we need to be very sensitive. There are some information you need to share. There are others, you bury it under the cross of Christ.
Wow. So when you are already caught and you begin to see red flags, maybe this girl or this guy has an anger problem, he can raise his hand, what do you do? What must you do? Do you withdraw? Do you pray? Do you talk him into understanding? What do you do?
Flee. F-L-E-E. Flee. It's quite unfortunate. I have to refer us to this Barbara Tommy thing that happened in the US. But I believe that if somebody has anger issues, have temper issues, there are always red flags. There are always red flags. That is why love is not blind. Love is not blind at all. Don't say that, oh, love is blind, I didn't see all these things. Open your eyes. I said watch and pray. So during your dating, during the time you are moving up and down, flowing with this person, look at how he reacts. Even when you tease him or intentionally do something to provoke him, look at how he reacts. Or when you visit him and his siblings or his friends say something, look at how he reacts. You must be very observant. You don't just go with the feelings. When I see him, my stomach begins to turn, my heart beats. No, those things, they are just sensual issues. Open your eyes and observe. Even if he is stingy, you will know. When he's eating and his junior brother comes there, he will be sucking the child. You will know how, these things are little things that can expose you to know who this person really is. And if you are so blessed, so lucky to see the red flags, why jump into the relationship? A broken relationship, a broken engagement is always better than a broken marriage.
A broken relationship is always better than a broken marriage. Mommy, how much of our relationship should our friends know?
Give them only what is for the public.
Okay.
I mean, if I am dating someone, maybe I'll be walking with him or her to a place and people will see us. So you have seen us walking. That's all you need to know.
That is if they will end there seeing you walking. But to some of our environment, just seeing you walking, it's a problem. So what do you do?
Of course, you can never date somebody under the carpet. Both of you are hiding in the blanket and you say you are dating. I believe, there are some interesting things happening these days in some churches. Because some of their doctrines is that you don't even have to walk together. And the Bible says in Amos chapter 3 verse 3, can two walk together except they be agreed? So if I don't make any movement publicly with this person, how am I studying them? I don't go to their house. They don't come to my house. We are not saying exclusive, just the two of you.
Okay.
No. But in the midst of other people, I can never date somebody or be in a relationship with someone. I don't go to his house. He doesn't come to my house. We are not seen together anywhere. I don't think it works that way.
I think it's even better for you, most of the time for the ladies, because if there is any hidden something the man is doing behind you, you will know.
Exactly. But for how much your friends should know, that's why they are friends. There are levels of relationships. When it comes to your friends, they are friends. You do friends things with them. When it comes to your relationship, your marriage, your prospective partner, it is a private affair. And the better you kept it that way, it will be good for you, because we have seen a lot. On a wedding day, the groom saw the bridesmaid and said, I'm interested in her, I no longer want the bride. Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And this is a friend you trusted to be your bridesmaid. And immediately the guy saw the lady. That was the end. The wedding didn't come off. So you need to be careful.
So, Mommy, how much of what others say about the one you are dating should you consider? Maybe not only your parents, but you hear maybe his friends say this, you hear somebody else say that. How much of those things should you consider?
All and none. All, because every information is very useful so long as it can lead you to something. So you don't prevent people from talking to you so long as you don't know where they are leading you to. So you collect the information and then you use that information as data to do your own investigation. Check the information against your observation, your personal observation of the person, what you know of the person. Use that information, because for every rumor they say there is an iota of truth. So use that information as a data to check whether there is some truth. The moment you discover that they are just rumors, you know, they are just targeting that the relationship will not get to where you want it to be, you throw it away. And that is why I say all and none. Because that person definitely is connected to people, and you cannot only look at what he presents to you or she presents to you to make a decision. You need the people around him to also help you discover really who the person is. And so you don't close that door. But when you discover that they are not telling you the truth, they are just trying to separate both of you, then you close the door and you focus on the people who are in for your goodwill. Yes.
Wow. So whilst ticking all boxes to know that the person is okay, I can marry, we can be compatible, should you consider attraction? Is it important to consider how attracted you are to the person?
Of course, it's very important. It shouldn't be the first, on the list. It shouldn't be the first on the list. After you have prayed about it, you are convinced this is God's will for me. One sure way to know that somebody is God's will for you, after you have prayed, is that there will be that attraction. Because that is how God made it. Immediately Adam woke up and saw Eve, he said, wow, this is now the bone. So that attraction, God placed it in Adam and place some in the woman so that they can have that physical sexual contact for procreation. So it is important. You can't marry somebody that you are not attracted to. It is quite difficult. And our elders usually say that love grows. So for them, you may not like the person from the beginning, but they will tell you to give it time, it will grow. And for some people it works. But for some others, it doesn't work at all. In fact, one of the surest ways to know this is God's will for me is after checking all the boxes. That attraction box must be checked as well. I like him the way he is. She likes her, he likes her the way she is. That is very, very important. Because you need that to be able to make the relationship grow.
How then do you guide your heart at the same time when you like somebody?
Like you are attracted to the person, and then you guide your heart. Yes, so like I said from the beginning, you need to set boundaries. If you know that sometimes the attraction is so strong, sometimes it's so strong, and it is mutual. So what you need to do is, then let's set rules for ourselves. The two of us shouldn't be seen alone in a hidden place, so that we don't put ourselves in that awkward situation. And you tell brother B, brother, if you see that I am misbehaving, I am losing control, please put me back on check. The brother will also tell the sister. So between you, there is some form of agreement. So the moment someone is going overboard, you try to, hey, remember the promise you have made to ourselves. Let's not, do this. So when you sit down and you talk about it, that is the most important thing. For most people, they don't talk about it. And so long as you are not talking about it, before you are aware, you are in it. But if you are open about it, and you know that we are humans and this can happen, and you discuss it, and so you tell yourself, okay, because of that, let's not do this, let's not do that. And if I'm going wayward, bring me back.
Okay.
It will help.
Wow. Yes. If I'm going wayward, just bring me back to track. So, Mommy, we are about to end this discussion. I believe it has been very, very insightful to even those of us who are already married. And I am sure it is very